Alright, here's one of the most awesome rifles you'll ever see in existence. This is the M1A, and this one is made by Springfield. I know that Norinco also makes them. I think they're called the M14S, and the S stands for supporter. But this one is a Springfield M1A, and the Springfields are superior. They're just better quality, so you know, they're probably like twice the amount of money to get a Springfield, but I'd recommend getting a Springfield. In the long run, it's just a better rifle. But this is the M1A. It's the semi-automatic version of the M14. It's chambered in 7.62 by 51 or 308. It'll shoot both. It's obviously designed off of the M1 Grand. You can see the action right there. The sights are pretty much identical. Right here, this is an adapter. It comes with the rifle so that you can feed stripper clips into an existing empty magazine. So that's kind of a nice feature. Detachable box magazines, standard 20 rounds. They also make 25 and more, but you know, they stick out quite a bit more. The safety, same thing as the M1, and it pretty much takes apart very close to the way the M1 Grand takes apart, you know, for field stripping. It's a little bit different inside. Maybe someday I'll do a comparison, but getting the stock off and taking the trigger group out is the same exact thing. Okay, walnut stock. Up here, this is a fiberglass heat shield, and it's brown to, you know, blend in with the wood. On the M1 Grand, it was just wood for the top cover. And on the M1A, M14, compared to the M1 Grand, the gas system is modified to be a little bit more superior. And here's the flash hider and the front sight assembly with the bayonet lug. From the factory, this assembly right here with the flash hider and the front sight, it did not come with a bayonet lug. It was just, you know, it stopped right there. And for me, it just did not look like a traditional M1A, M14, and I had to get one with the bayonet lug. Not that I'll ever get a bayonet for it, but just the look of it, just makes it look a lot better. I'm a very visual person, so to me that was a big deal. Parkerized. It's a very accurate rifle. It's, you know, with the open sights, the peep sights, they're actually really good. Like I said, pretty much the same thing as the M1 Grand. You know, very accurate. You know, this thing will shoot as far as you need it to, really. You know, 1,000 yards or so. Obviously with peep sights that'll be a little bit hard, but I would say with the peep sights you should be able to hit a human being at 800 yards. I would say, you know, if you know what you're doing. And while we're talking about the sights, I'm actually in the process of getting a scope mount for this. I actually already have it ordered, and a scope. I'm going to make this a long-range DMR rifle. DMR is designated marksman rifle. So that's what I'm going to be turning this into. The scope mount will attach on this side of the receiver. You see this hole right here. It screws in right here. And I'm not sure if it actually connects to this piece right here for the stripper clips. I don't know if that'll reinforce the scope mount or not. I've never really looked into it, but I have it ordered, so I'll figure it out when it gets here. And then after that's on there, I'm going to get a scope for it. I'm still not sure what I'm going to do for that. And I'll get it sighted in, and this is really a great rifle to be scoped. I was actually looking at getting a bolt action rifle for that, you know, type of a rifle. I really don't have a I don't know if you want to call it a sniper rifle or just a marksman rifle in a NATO caliber. So I was going to get like a Remington 700 with a black synthetic stock in the 308 and make that into a DMR rifle. But then I realized, you know, I have this thing sitting here, and honestly the M1A is really pretty much the best semi-automatic rifle you can make into a marksmanship rifle. So that's what I'll be doing with it. I really like the traditional look of it with, you know, just the iron sights. It's like what they used in Vietnam, in the early parts of Vietnam. But I can always, you know, make it go back and forth, but that's what I'll be doing. And yeah, it shoots 20 round magazines. I have the magazine loaded up, but there's nothing in the chamber. Alright, it is empty. 20 round, this is 7.62 by 51. This is federal military ammunition. There's a crimp on the primer, around the primer. Okay, Lake City brass. The year of manufacture for this looks like 2010. Very good ammunition. You can tell it's Lake City brass because it's not polished. This is military ammunition. It's not commercial. And I reload 308 7.62 by 51. But for sighting in the scope, when I get everything set up, I'm going to sight it in with this ammunition. I think this is federal Lake City brass. You know, 7.62 by 51 NATO. I'm going to sight it in with this, and then for my reloads, I'll just try to make it as close to this as possible, so I don't have to burn up all my good ammo. There's a magazine well. This is just a OD green canvas sling that I got from the CMP store in Camp Perry, Ohio, same place I got my M1. And I don't know for sure, but being as I'm making this into a DMR, and I'm going to have a scope on it, the scope mount is made out of, I think it's 8620 steel, so that's going to add quite a bit of weight to the rifle. The rifle's already heavy as it is. So I was thinking about replacing the wood stock with a black synthetic stock. I don't know if I'll get one with a pistol grip or what. And then changing the brown fiberglass heat shield to a black one. That'll kind of, you know, the scope's going to add some weight, so I was going to take weight from the stock and put a black synthetic one. I don't know for sure what I'm going to do yet. But I do have this scope mount ordered. I forget exactly which one it is. When it comes in, I'll do a video on it. And I have to look for a scope. So if anybody has suggestions on a good scope for the 7.62 by 51 308 round, you know, let me know. Especially if you know a good scope for just the M1A in general that'll work with the scope mount that I'm getting for it. Let me know, because I'm really not, you know, very knowledgeable when it comes to scopes. Really, the only guns I have scopes on are my hunting rifles. So yeah, that's about that. And then right here on the butt of the gun, you have this plate here with some checkering on it. You lift it up, and that's where you keep your cleaning kit. And I forget if I have a cleaning kit in there right now, but I know I have a cleaning kit somewhere. It's probably in the rifle. Yeah, this is really one of my favorite rifles of all time. There's quite a few different rifles you can get in the 308 cartridge. You can get a FAL, a SCAR 17, Springfield M1A. They also have the SOCOM version of this with the shorter barrel. There's quite a few other ones out there too. You know, it's really all up to personal preference. I know the SCAR 17 is obviously a lot lighter, and the recoil is quite a bit less than this. But I don't know, I've always liked the M1A. I would choose it over any of those other rifles. Really nice rifle. And here, right here is your bolt catch. Very accurate, like I said, even with the iron sights, very precise. So yeah, that's the Springfield M1A semi-automatic version of the M14. Yep, I'm never getting rid of this thing. This is one of my favorite guns I have. So there it is. Hope you guys like it. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to making this into a DMR with a scope. It's a very accurate rifle, and you know, semi-automatic rifle. Pretty much the best rifle you can have to be a DMR. So let me know what you guys think of my choice. And yeah, that's about it. Springfield M1A. Alright, see ya.